Well, the challenge we're trying to address and the sort of research questions we have is relate to the increasing number of people who come into emergency departments with a mixture of mental health and drug and alcohol concerns. Working in emergency mental health for over 20 years now made me realise that emergency nursing and medical staff are underprepared in terms of having skills, responding therapeutically to people in distress. And I would often have colleagues say to me, Tim, what do you say if someone says something like this to you? So that was a bit of a itch I needed to scratch really, and so we've developed this program called Psychotherapeutic Skills on the Run. It's a 2-hour workshop really that employs a solution-focused approach and trauma-informed care, trying to give ED nurses and doctors some tools and scripts and ideas for how to work with people in mental distress to improve their abilities, but also improve the outcomes for people who come to the ED in distress. What I've learned though is the ED teams of nurses and doctors' feedback to us at time is one of their biggest barriers in terms of incorporating these principles into their everyday practice, but that's why we call it On the Run. My pitch to these guys is, well, this is something you might want to have in a 3 to 5 minute conversation as you're putting up a drip, as you're doing a dressing, as you're doing an ECG. So trying to get them into this mindset, it's stuff that's being integrated into their practice. So that's what I'm learning, is how to make the right pitch to them about adopting this so they don't see it just as something else to take on. Yeah, so what I hope to change out of this is the perception from our emergency nursing and medical staff that mental health is core business for EDs. So I think a cultural shift of not expecting all mental health related presentations to be outsourced for someone else to take responsibility for. And I say, the mental health of every person who comes to the emergency department is something that should be considered. So that's what I hope to change. It's about culture and skill and knowledge acquisition.